Bruh. Nope.
Dude, Tabson got a special desk.
Wow.
No?
Get your paper towels out.
Towels out. Towelies out.
2 monitors.
Yeah, he's the only one with the arm.
Bro, you'd have Word open up, not Word, not that Word, but
Word.exe?
actual Word. No, actual Word. You'd have that bad boy open
Someone has
up
to bring
on
up
the side monitor.
Word.exe every time I stream.
All the
single
strats,
day.
all the procedures.
I get it. He cheated.
Everything you need.
Downfall of Indian counter.
Oh, so Keto uses paper towel. Clearly Xantares uses tissues.
The duality of man.
What would you prefer? I feel like tissues, if you have really sweaty hands.
I would use only towels.
Only towels.
And throw them all on the ground after one wipe.
I would use a hand towel.
Or if you were sitting beside him, I'd use your arm.
I'm still waiting for BiG to go ahead and make some branded hand towels. I feel like that's a missed.
That's the idea. If you have something like this, then you kind of lean into it.
Yeah.
It's like when Tarek trolled and said, "Oh, I hate when people call me Peanut Brain," and then drop Peanut Brain merchandise.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Smart man. Smart man.
I'm sure BiG will be sweating in this game. But you know what? Navi will too, man. You don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get when it comes to Navi. You just don't know.
Ever.
No
matter what. And you never know how consistent BiG can be. So let's just all sit back, relax, and enjoy the show that begins towards Catwalk. Tabson opens up, and he is met by Boomich's grenade. Oh, what a good flashbang. Boomich thought he was on the surface of the sun for a moment. I don't know if the sun has a surface, or if it's just a...
It is, yeah, the surface. You know, the surface of the sun.
Is there? How do you know? They have pictures of it?
Well, there's a core. So it has to have some
That's what
surface
they
somewhere.
want you to think.
It is a gassy bonfire, but...
Bomb's being planted by Searson and pops up Keto. Howdy doody. He drops Bit and Simple, able to trade 1, but that bomb's planted and the fights start to go the way of Navi. It's a 1v1 with little HP for the remaining 2 players. Searson doesn't realize that he's already gotten out, but now Perfecto's made tons of sound. Jumps down and hits it.
Excuse me?
Excuse you.
They both just were made of paper with 10 HP.
But tissues or paper towels?
Kleenex.
Defuse comes through. Navi take the first pistol.
Both players are very clutch. I can remember Perfecto clutch. He had some very high clutch statistics. And I remember Tabson saying whenever he watched Searson clutch, he'd always make a move that seemed ridiculous, and then it would win. And that Searson was just in a different level mentally. But that was Searson 2020. Searson 2021 is not nearly as serious, actually, in terms of a threat. And I think Perfecto was probably a bit better last year as well. But he has sometimes he has games where, Perfecto. Okay, I was gonna say Perfecto kind of reminds me of Almanac a little bit with how quickly he moves around the map and does things. Oh my God, that's an AUG down.
Who's Keto remind you of?
An FPL player.
Oh, he's got that dig. And those kids can dig.
That is, wow. That's an AUG delivery. Oof.
Could come back to haunt them. We shall see. It's literally the best gun that Navi had to work with.
This was it was kind of I was high risk. You go into lower with a gun like that, you can't get it back.
Yes, the Arctic Wolf.
Yeah. Great skin.
Also available on the UMP.
Also great. Oh, it looks so good on the UMP as well. Look at this. This is a weird, bubbly combo.
Yes, the Aqua Terrace.
In the gloves too? Or is that the gloves?
No, that was the gun. See if Boomich can roll cage any players that come at him. Electronic's going to keep his finger on the pulse with that first kill. And look, they don't even check. Easy, Fomus. Mow down. Deagle back in action, but Tabson was caught in their crimson web.
I love the new hair, by the way. I'd just like to say. Can you stop with the skin?
You started this.
Wasn't it? Is that the roll cage or the...
That was the roll cage?
Which one's the strix or sticks or something? Sticks?
Oh, yeah, the sticks from the cash collection.
That's a different one.
Yeah, okay, I'll stop. It was just that one round, everybody. All right, we're having fun.
I don't even know which ones are references or not.
All of them. I did all of them. And now I will do no more. Flashbangs with pistols to barrel out the doorway. They got their AUG back, but will they get a chance to use it? P250 up close as the T-swing. And Tabson, alongside Xantares, will drop a couple guns. Now Navi come running over, through the CT spawn, and one along cat. That's Simple.
Peek him. Peek him.
Simple at the top of the food chain.
Simple gave over his AUG.
It's close still.
What a guy.
Goes out, drops the bomb yet again, and it's a little HP for Xanterras.
I love how they're just peeking.
headshot spot towards Pit, but Keto should be done for. Nade him. Ooh, Keto's got a chance. They're facing. They are facing him, and you do not want to make that mistake. Simple shuts it down. But he had them scared for a moment.
Nice kills. Nice round from Keto. All these Deagle kills so far. Let's see if there's any more power behind this. Navi literally, this is just, it's like the antithesis of Gambit. And my teeth almost fell out when I said that. My dentures almost fell out of my face.
I knew you were old, but shoot.
Need to wash them. Because of how much faster they're playing.
This is pretty quick.
Yeah.
Keto's right back at it. Oh, but he's blind. Oh my god, there's dirt in the way. There's flashes in the face, and there's little HP for the two CTs to work with. They've got Keto caught by blue.
Is they gonna peek him?
No.
Oh, he's gonna try to get out of there.
He's stuck.
Stuck on the door.
Finally gets away. The frag comes a little too late.
Well, he did his job, so now I have to clear out blue.
But Boomich took tunnels.
Look at them, they're both just staring at it. They're like, he's still here.
Oh, I love this. Great play
Oh
from
my
Boomich.
god, if he just waits,
Okay, that was a little scary, and he doesn't know where the next ones come from, but they are definitely there. He sees a slipper. Ah! Tizian, up close. DJ, don't turn off the X-ray, man. It scares me.
yeah, great damage though.
I get nervous.
Oh, this is a perfect play from Bit. But they're not even coming.
Whew.
Snuck into Hummer.
What'd you call me?
In the Hummer? Wait, what?
Bit's position.
Perfecto and Electronic are still waiting for Keto to come out of blue. What is Perfecto looking at right now? I'm looking at the minimap. I can't figure out what he's looking at.
Perfecto is currently
Is he
looking...
holding the door? Okay.
Yeah. Just eyes over little blue barrel.
Dude, it's so rambunctious this round. They get killed in playground. Minding their own business.
Oh, Bit. Whoa, okay.
Wow, they're going to try to save, and like, Navi might come try to hunt them. Are they going to push long? It's 10 seconds left.
No, it's just it's a gentleman's agreement.
This is so different from the last map. It's refreshing, though. It's nice.
Everybody survives of these
okay.
7.
Yeah, they'll chill. They watched the match. They watched the last map. Said 3 on 4. Oh, we save. Gambit said we're supposed to save here.
Do as Gambit does.
Do as Gambit do. Replicate results.
They were everywhere.
This is enough damage, yeah.
Good push by Boomich.
This is
like
a
that.
situation where Boomich is just screwed, but like, you could still peek it wrong and then he gets an extra kill and you're like, ugh. But he doesn't have damage to slow him down, that's it.
And round-winning play, because
Yes.
from that point on, they never really even tested the waters.
Again, these two haven't played each other in 2021, which is awesome. So they're going to be learning a lot about each other. Live.
Man, we're already halfway through this year. Time flies when you're having fun. And CS is always fun. Electronic over the catwalk peak with a headshot. Simultaneous kill coming in from Simple. That one going down at the top of middle, so he kind of gave Electronic that two-piece support.
I feel like the game plan is don't let him get into setup spots. Throw a lot of utility at them. Honestly, it might be the game plan to just say we're better than them. Let's just take the fight to them as soon as possible. I'm sure it goes a little bit deeper than that, but if it does, I think maybe it's the idea of, let's say, here are their comfort spots and all their on Oliver Dust too. Let's just interrupt them constantly. Like even when they were in pit with long control, rotating over to B, every single turn, Navi are pushing a lot. That doesn't mean there's tons of openings for BiG technically, but it's also really hard to read. I haven't seen Navi play this aggressive in some time. Like I can't remember the last time they just tried this opening strategy for their game plan.
Oh, that's money.
Oh, another great tactic. They got some damage off, and Perfecto can push forward into this. He's got a teammate actually watch the cross as well. He doesn't even have to worry about that.
Locked in. They got the flasher finished.
Yeah.
But with the damage Perfecto initially did to Xanterras while he was blind, he had to go back into that gunfight with like 20 HP. And that's the end of that. So
Yes.
Perfecto, nice 2 kills on the round. Tizian could just grab the op and hope to save. Get that bad boy out of there.
Yeah, and then somehow, like by some stroke of magic, Navi have also been winning these super aggressive rounds. Lots of players alive. They're instantly on fire. We are so quickly into this game.
5-0 start.
Wow. What was the reason that Perfecto had a drill? There's like some nickname for him.
Because Perfecto, they call him the Perforator.
The perforator, right? He's drilling holes and
Yes.
everything.
So that's why his logo is a drill.
Oh. Nice kill.
That flash, dude.
Timing. They're feeling the game. And listen, we saw them play versus FaZe. It's impossible to know. Are they playing badly? FaZe playing well? And it was probably a little bit of both. But today it's already them on more confidence. I feel as the tournament goes on, any tournament, you should always feel more and more confident about Navi. They just keep getting better day to day. And it looks like today's no exception.
Everybody's got their summer cuts. Searson doesn't look too different.
I like Boomich the best.
Yeah, he went blonde.
Yes.
Call him Slim Shady.
Yes.
Flashbangs primed for the long push. They don't net them anything, so they fall away slightly. As opposed to Simple going through the mid doors towards top mid, he hangs on to the cat angle, and that is a bomb drop confirmed.
And Searson was about to get into his favorite position and clear out Simple, but he was a little bit too slow. Simple's out. Anders says 23% chance of winning this round for BiG. But he also picked BiG to win this series.
He fell for the trap. I told you. You should always pick BiG in the first game of the
Both
blast
of these
event.
teams, okay.
Yeah,
You can't pick them.
Predictions, Perschmictions, Simple. He's the most consistent thing.
Oh my god.
But is he? Oh, Searson's going to find the kill over the shoulder. Simple yet to find his answer. Remember, there's just 3 pistols, but pistols can punish. Xantera is reminding Boomich of exactly that. It is a man advantage here. Simple, he's going to nail his shot. BiG comes in with 1 as well, but it's Xantera's right now making the difference. 2v2 ensues. Perfecto's low HP. Xantera's has his head popped, and now it's Keto's turn to clutch. A nice Deagle kill to really give him the edge because Perfecto's nearly dead already. Bomb halfway gone, and he just can't push it over the line.
Oh, he's got to be careful, okay, with this movement.
Why?
Because I thought he was going to mess that up and then run out of time.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you were thinking about fall damage for a second.
It's always more exciting with us because we have game sounds so much lower.
Yeah.
So I always get excited, even if there's lots of time left to defuse.
I just like to take the chance. Just always call it that they have it.
Oh, is that what you do?
No,
you can go the other way.
Yeah, it's a gamble, man.
Yes,
it's a real gamble.
Ooh, that's tough because Keto had a great round, a nice 1D,
and a huge advantage.
Perfecto's already got 2 1v1s from this exact same position.
The Perforator.
What on earth?
Whoa!
They're both eating each other's flashes coming out long, and then Simple gets some damage in.
So fast,
dude,
Mohan.
I just love the way the crosshair shakes. It's just so stylistically, aesthetically pleasing.
He gets the fade away, and he's not going to fade too far.
Oh my god.
Simple sticks around and stuffs Xantera's back cat.
Like a turkey?
Yeah. Like a turducken.
Oh. For those who are not from North America, maybe you could explain what a turducken is.
A turducken is when you stuff a duck in a chicken in a turkey. And as ridiculous as that sounds, I remind you,
delicious or
America.
Yeah.
Headshot from Keto, but that's all they're gonna get. A single kill from BiG, and 7 straight for Navi.
Well, they need to be turducken to avoid these scopes. Okay, because Simple is here, watching them cross. Such easy lines for him. Perfect nade bounces. Doesn't even have to fight Searson fair. This is crazy. Turducked right into that one.
BiG Clan with their second pause called.
I asked Tabson at Flashpoint if he ever considered being more of an asshole because he's such a nice guy.
Super nice guy.
And he said, yeah, I actually did consider being more of an asshole.
I'm trying.
Yes, but he can't. It's just not in his blood. But like he is a star player who is so kind and nice in like an IGL too. But he's just living his best life right now. I mean, not right now. Obviously, it's not great for the whole team. But in general, he's been like IGLing hasn't really made his performance worse. He's still as useful and really impactful and doing crazy stuff. So maybe he doesn't need to change much. And obviously, they're coming off a series win. But my goodness, this could be a quick one.
Yeah.
God, I mean, this version of Navi is I can't look away.
This is the kind of Navi that smashes Gambit in the finals.
It's not even because I'm getting paid.
If they get there.
Yes. This Navi wins the mate. No. I picked them to do it, but
They're going to commit with the little utility they have. Perfecto buys his time perfectly. That's the most important gun drop. And, ooh, Xantares! A beautiful double deagle. But the Molotov creeps to his feet, and Searson's P250 doesn't pack enough of a punch to stop the 1v3. Navi, 8. Let me say that one more time.
yes.
8 rounds in a row.
To 0. They all look so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whatever they did recently, they should replicate it. Blade was on HLTV Confirmed talking about how whether it's boot camp or not, he thinks what's important is that they do the same thing all the time. So, like, just for some level of consistency. It'd be good to always be in boot camp, but I'm not sure if that advice applies to all teams. Like, OG clearly play better on boot camp when they're not, and then,
Complexity.
But, and then, they can switch it on and off depending on if they're on boot camp or not.
EG.
Complexity look really good right now. EG struggling a bit. Some teams are better on the boot camp, some teams are better at home, whatever.
I don't think Searson likes the boot camp.
He's almost never there. Almost never there.
He's almost better when he's not.
Yeah.
He was one of these guys that really did come up in the online era. Hit a crazy career high. Had the world shook. But Boomich should have Keto shucked once he peels him off of Catwalk. I thought they'd go for the flashbang, but instead it's a smoke, and Boomich is going to stick around it. Ooh, Searson scoped on that little gap. Go ahead, he says. But Boomich knows better, and right now Navi's still holding them back with another piece of utility at the 40-second mark. So if Big Clan respect this one and wait it all out,
they should be.
They're playing against Father Time.
Tapson has a Molotov as well. They can clear out this position if they want to. Looks like they're going to come through it. Navi know what's coming.
That they do.
But, now the phase of the smoke comes through. Boomich at least spots 2 more. Flank is coming in. Simple. He's got a lot of work to do, but he has friends to help.
That's the round.
Oh, and suddenly this man is in CT. Taps and crosses. 1v3. Bomb in the cover of the CTs on Cat. And he's just trying to get some kills, but he's getting dinked in the process.
Yep. He gets one with him.
Damn.
It is a close. Nice
plan
timing.
is perfect.
Dude, they sat, they waited. You saw the consistency in the utilities, like 3 smokes,
They
a
know
Molotov
exactly what's
after.
coming. Yeah.
You could see Simple in that like one awkward moment, knowing that he was the only person to try and stop them long
Now I'm
here,
convinced.
but he wanted that cat play.
It's not just aggression. They're so in tune with everything Big want to try, even without information. It's a very, very good idea of what Big are trying to do, when they're going to try to outweight smokes and then execute afterwards. I mean, they're just...
Wow.
Wow.
Right now, Navi don't even bleed. Big Clan with a single AK on Xantares. All 5 players out long doors. At least they've got that going for them. And they've got enough utility to smoke off the cross, potentially molly in sight. They throw it onto Car instead to just make sure nobody catches them off guard. Simple here. Ooh, could have shish kebab the whole damn team. The smokes go down, and that makes things a little bit more frantic.
They're in jeopardy of getting a lot of nade damage here in this position. They all got spotted. So even though they didn't get opt, this is so much information. But Xantares through the smoke, he takes Simple out. That's huge. And some more nades potentially on the cross. I don't know. Xantares, he's just finding these entries before the retake even occurs.
Searson wants the gun. He pushes forward, and that's going to be the first kill back in the hands of Navi. Now, we do have this big wraparound. Keep your one eye on Tizian. Going back around middle towards Catwalk. If Navi push up fast enough, they should still be fine. And so far, so good. Bit gets into the kill feed. There's the frag versus Keto. And now it's on to Xantares, the guy who kicked it all off. He's dropped, and Tizian hits the timing.
Not planning for him, is it?
But does he hit all the shots? It's not. Oh, the Tech 9's good for 2, but not the third. Perfecto with a clutch as he does. Navi, 10 rounds straight.
A great try, and if he had gotten that second kill, he could have run up and given an attempt to stop that 5-second stick, even though he was off a cat. But they don't pull it off. Did Searson overextend here? He really wanted that op, and if he was quick enough, of course, he could have grabbed it and fallen back, and it would have been all good. He was within like 1 second of being able to grab it, but, you know, there's obviously a high chance that there could be a setup there with electronic involved. And they had the eco to try to bring this round back. 10-0 for Navi.
Yep.
And dare I say it, no signs of slowing down.
Currently 4 1vx rounds all the way of Navi.
Just repeat twice. Obviously, Searson shot second, so he was allowed to go for it. But my God, they both just missed. Oh, it was bit. It was bit. I thought it was simple. I was like, that looks so weird.
Ooh, simple ate a flash.
Yes, and he fell off the box. They don't go for the peek again. Well, they calmed the round down. Finally, they stopped some of the aggression, especially on Cat, which is the most dangerous, probably, place to aggress on CT side, where Ts can nade you safely. They can throw their Molotovs onto Cat. They can nade you HEs. Now, looks like they're going to try to come into B. Perfecto, he's been very, very consistent. They'll find one opening kill. And finally, will we have it? A big round. Simple, with a flash from a teammate. Comes in, does a ton of damage, but doesn't get the frag.
2 ops for a retake, and a 3v4 on B site does too.
Surely they have to. They've got to
save.
Oh, I'm gonna save. I'm not gonna try it. Sag.
And there goes the 16-0.
Yeah. Felt like it was on the horizon there for.
I hadn't said it. Wasn't gonna mention it.
You were thinking it too much.
Ah, that's what it was.
That was a jinx.
Damn it! I'm sorry, everybody.
Since I can put you in the spotlight, I can't say that I was thinking about it.
Cool, dude. Just throw me under the bus.
Yes. You were already there. I just taped your foot to the ground.
Okay. All right. If ever I get run over by a bus, I want everybody to.
If you find any tape,
figure out where Mohan was at that same time.
Yeah. I was probably playing CS.
Red flag. I played CS last night after the broadcast.
That's why I got hit by a bus.
Got my global back.
Congrats. Everyone knows it's easier in Europe.
Thank you. I only come to EU to get my global back.
Stop reading your tweets out loud.
Well, someone has to hear them.
That is so sad. Can we get 10 likes?
Big clan on the board. You love to see it. All right. I still want a game, man. I didn't show up for work to cast a 16-1.
Oh man.
It's the wrong mouse button.
It's still unlikely he would have hit it, but would have liked to see him try. That was a pretty skinny peak, you know? He didn't expose much.
It's these jumping shoulder peaks, man.
That was actually like ships in the night. You know, if you kill Perfecto on the entry, you can't clutch.
True. Yep. That's how they got that first round. That was the B play. And it's coming back at him. Simple through the door with the kill Vikito, and Perfecto, bit of a safer position this time around. He's really drawing them into him, takes an initiative to kill a second, and Searson's sniper misses the shot. So right back to a 10-round lead. Despite Big being on the board, they trail heavily as we close out the first 15.
It's only not 12-0 because... Oh, yeah, he probably would have hit it. He's holding that super sharp. It's only because Navi decided to save. But yeah, it's been a real problem that Perfecto can come over to the other side and clutch, so it makes sense. Kill him on the entry.
Perfecto's 16-4.
He's farming, man. He's doing so well. It's not just the clutch kills. I don't
Did you know that Searson had curls? Are you seeing this?
I think he's done something new with his hair, right?
Oh my god.
Looks good, though.
All right. The dude. High fives all around.
It's a very active camera.
Tizian's like, don't touch me. That's good. Get the morale up. Come on, boys. A little fight at the end of the first half. You need something. You can't give up. I feel like there's got to be something in the rule book about that.
It's Dust 2, so it's not like you can run out of strats.
Yeah. Just keep playing off spawn.
Yeah.
And this time they run down the mid lane.
It's legit.
Long control for Na'Vi. No damage from the spam. Ooh, it's over towards B. The bit gets adventurous.
Last time, Zenteris, I mean, he's got some opening kills. Last time we got 2 AK entries, and then Na'Vi 3v5'd them. So once we see that situation again, I don't have a lot of confidence here for BiG. They're going to be still very, very scared. And of course, it's also because of the proactivity of Na'Vi. They've been pushing a lot of things. Now they don't do it, but they're still living in the minds of BiG rent-free. Perfecto keeping an eye on tunnels, an active eye. Boomich doesn't get hit by the Molotov. And Searson, is he going to wag this scope out a middle or chill? There's no rotation that close. Perfect. Oh man, they're so prepared for mid to be. They have nothing. Look at this. It's as if they still have 5 players. They're not watching long whatsoever.
But Electronic could die.
Oh my god! What? Holy sh... That was nasty.
3 guys up the Xbox. Zenteris. Oh, he gets his gun spotted, and Boomich finds the better of it. Simple. Eats a flash. Oh, but he didn't see Tabson cross already. On the back of Cat, that's where Boomich tries to keep himself in the fight, but it's going to be Tizian and only Tizian. And as he jumps up to try and get the angle, he is electrocuted.
We need a couple of perspectives here, because I'm sure Electronic can see his scope, like the barrel maybe, sticking out of the door, or even Boomich, actually, depending on how close he was. Oh my god, he wasn't prepared for it at all. Holy smokes, that's so nasty. I thought it was for sure the fact that Searson was like really in the door.
Yeah.
But Electronic actually just reacted and made it look like it was a pre-fire. That was gross. In the best way possible, of course.
Don't forget, kids, that replay was slowed down a bit. That was not full speed.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Cracking shot from Electronic.
Absolutely crocking.
Ooh, Boomich gets back. Slides through the door as Searson walks out long and, well, collects an opening kill. Could also be the 5th weapon that BiG desperately need. 2 CTs on a site. And Tabson lingers in mid. We'll see if this slows down the potential retake. Na'Vi, do they want to go for mid to Cat? Do they want to come up CT spawn? They seem confident to sit back, relax, and allow BiG's challenge. Because BiGs have been challenged.
These smokes are really bad. Very poofy in the favor of Na'Vi if they want to play around them. They're going to come through.
There it is.
Cover the flash. Bit and Boomich both get kills. 3-on-3 situation. Bit looking for another. Gets damage instead. Trade comes through. Advantage is unclear at this point. Bomb is left behind enemy lines, but they could retrieve it. Searson can see this gun, but he can't get to him. And there's no way to clear out this position at all safely. Okay.
Waits.
Boomich just peeks.
Nicely done. And the trajectory from the nade tells them Simple's down in CT spawn. But this is Simple. And that's Searson. Headshot from the op gives BiG their second. Damn it, they got something. And the best case scenario for BiG is maybe the elusive number 3.
Yeah.
Final round of this T-half.
They get 3, we'll forget it was ever 11-0.
Thank goodness for Searson's opping.
They got a nice timing with Searson peeking out long doors on Electronic, who's just trying to shoulder it. But Searson, he's a quick one, and so is Simple. Okay, Simple, that's Tabson down out of the round on what looks like some kind of rush trap, but that could have been Tabson going to get up on Cat. It could be going out mid. It doesn't tell him too much. But I guess what it does tell Electronic is that, like, you know, no one else is here. Obviously, Tabson can be a very aggressive lurk at times and alone. And Electronic just found the perfect timing. Yep. He is not getting spotted at all. Oh, he can get the bib out.
Come on,
okay? Knife
baby.
And fork on this one.
Wait.
Set the table. Put the plates down, the silverware. Bring out the good china. Chill.
Oh, he sees them
really
all.
Enjoy this meal, Electronic, because it's going to be delicious.
2. You take 2. Couple courses. The eye's hungrier than the stomach. Couldn't manage the 3rd. But that's a thing of beauty, dude. You hear the audio cue, you know to play it safe, and then it couldn't have gone better in terms of collecting info. Perfecto. Push to the top of mid with Simple over the shoulder. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. BiG have their hands full. Na'Vi look fantastic. But there is still a second half on Dust 2 after the break. And, well, we'll see you guys there.
Good, Stella. It's like Fall Guys. Oh, what the Oh. Almost fighting. Simple dead already? Oh. No. Champion.
Thanks.
Spoiler alert. Launders and I
Welcome
also
back,
did
folks.
the hurdle challenge that you guys have been watching in between
yeah.
these halves. So far, from what I can see, you may have the blast hurdle record.
Oh my god.
I can say, as a witness, he did the entire thing sideways.
Did the end sideways, yes.
A real advertisement for any boxer movement tips and tricks.
Oh yeah. What does that make you though? You won twice actually.
I did win twice, but you got the longest time. So
True. I am the longest boy.
Mohan, your collar is flipped up.
Thank you.
No, the
Make sure
other
not to
one.
go back to cams.
The jacket one.
Oh.
There you go.
No one could see. It's very hot Copenhagen here.
It's very hot in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
I'm quite stunned.
So, and obviously when places are this cold for this long, they're not built to, weather the summer.
Yeah.
But,
There's not much air conditioning in Europe.
so I put the jacket back on just because a little bit later.
None of you would
Like-
know this, but I'm wearing shorts.
Buy this beautiful red jacket to not wear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. And why was I going to say NIP? Na'Vi have 3 rounds to go to win the whole game. And if you missed it, the scoreline does tell the story. It was incredibly one-sided. Na'Vi were super fun to watch. They did so much cool stuff. Everyone was hitting shots. Perfecto had one hell of a half. But I mean, simple electronic Perfecto, I mean, they're just taking turns collecting Valve MVPs for these rounds.
Tabson comes in from Cat. And this second half begins with BiG on a slight advantage.
4v5. Honestly, didn't even matter in the first half. I think Navi won both 4v5s and one 3v5 as well.
They won 4 1vXs.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Wow. That'll do it.
That it will. You know, even with Tabson establishing the first kill, I'm hesitant to call anything an advantage when you're losing 2-13.
Yes. That is so reasonable.
I try to be. Tabson keeping them honest down in the base of tunnels. They've seen nothing here in mid. Ever since that first kill, it's been a graveyard.
I asked Tabson, I said, hey, have you ever considered changing your name to Tabson? He said no.
Keto just accepts his fate, and Tizian pushes towards Car, but here's Navi with 2 rapid frags. Little window challenge named Tabson, and his bomb is planted beneath the ledge. I thought maybe they'd challenge over top. That is not the case. Instead, we've got Perfecto back on plat, and Electronics starting to lock his way into tunnels itself. The smoke on door does fade, trades back each way, and it falls onto Searson, looking for 3 kills in the pistol, but he can't nail it. It is Navi. 14-2.
Yes, they are crushing. And I think it's only right, honestly, they just crush this map, because after what we saw, I mean, it's Dust 2, man. You got to have some kind of half. Something about this half, this next half, especially on the CT, that is a T-favored map slightly. There's nothing about this that's just going to allow you to just get back into it with depth of strategies and stuff like that. Individual level matters so much more, honestly. This is like some kind of fair game with Bit. That scout peeking mid. The horse is going back and forth behind the door. Shoot the target.
Remember that time we went to Tivoli and I smoked you in all the minigames?
Yeah, except for the beanbag one. I owned you in that twice in a row.
If you guys want to watch that, go to the Blast Premier YouTube channel. Also, Launders jumps naked into the ocean.
No, you were the one who was naked, not me.
I did lie. CT's over the box. Beautiful play by Searson. You love to see it. A little bit of an initiative. There was so much smoke. But Searson rises over top. The double scout, triple pistol play. Is it enough to extend this game somewhat? It looked likely, but now we have Navi in with an answer. And one of the 2 scouts now down. Still, pistols aplenty.
Oh.
But Bit connects the headshot.
Quite a shot, too.
And Navi are all collected just on the other side of this. Bit with another one onto Tizian. I'd love to see how much of those heads he saw. Xantera is tucked on the boost spot, jumps to block bomb plant, but that does not occur. And Boomich, well, he's had a damn nut.
They had a Jimmy rig the cross. They only had 1 smoke.
It was there for them, but Bit
What a shot.
took it all the way.
We should look at that again. That was insane, because also they had to dodge a flash, and then Bit took a shot over the smoke on the site. Definitely wasn't an easy one.
Scout's looking good. But as Navi are about to secure 15, let's just do 10 scouts for the last round of the game.
Okay. Get in their ear.
Blast doesn't let me talk to the players much.
Yeah, you're a brand risk.
This was cool. I did like that quite a bit, but here's the shots I'm curious about.
Oh, that was nasty.
A little snapper.
Yeah, that was as nasty as it looked.
And a little clapper.
Another.
Keto.
Also nasty.
Scout shots in abundance. 13 rounds to run it back. I'm sorry to be dismissive of BiG's chances here, but I'm trying to be realistic. I am happy to be proven wrong. Time will tell. Boomich gets out long and challenges around smoke. There are 3 counter-terrorists on the other side. They have so many damn flashbangs. Oh, but Boomich. Quick kill to Keto. Tabson does trade it. Xanteris is so low on this B site, though. Once the smoke fades, if Simple just taps him once, that bomb's going to come sprinting over. They could even conjoin into the mid to B. Yet to be seen exactly where Navi take this. Xanteris starts to leave, and Simple's going to find the timing, so there it is. B site wide open. Bomb in tow through tunnels. Perfecto finding it through the mid doors just as Tizian could have traded him back. But as has been the entirety of this Dust 2 map, it's just Navi a step ahead.
And they're just in the perfect close plan too, the sweatiest of all time. Electronic going back towards mid, covering the tunnels, 2vx. This is the fun part, because almost, you know, everyone would save in this situation, but there's just no reason to if you're big.
Gotta stop it. And you eat a flash. Bit comes in with the P250 knife out.
Oh my.
You devil. Oh, you devil.
They just had too much fun with that one. I mean, that was coasting. That was demolished. They just got demolished. I mean, there's no coming back from that mentally, not at least on that map. The next time they play this series, they might rethink Dust 2. I don't know. What's going to happen in this series now on the next map after that?
I mean,
Dumpstering. That was some insane stuff from Navi.
Unlike our last best of 3, this one's for... no, excuse me. I would be lying.
I think we finished this map faster than like the first 5 rounds of Complexity versus Gambit. That was so quick.
If Navi keep this up, we could turn this series into a best of 5 and still finish
We
on
could just
time.
start tomorrow and still get home in time.
Tough stuff. Listen, jokes aside, man, it's never easy going up against that version of Navi. And the question isn't, you know, can Navi play that well? It's always,
will they?
When will they? And today is one of those days, which means that you're in for a treat. If you're up to watch Big get smashed or for a beautiful comeback, maybe we've got one of those two things after the break, but that is it. We need some time to digest whatever the hell that was. We'll be back soon enough with the second map of this series.
Hello.
Oh, shit.
So, out of the 4, I would like to ban a Deagle.
Yeah, I'm gonna bend the op.
Oh, I'm sad, man.
Oh, shit. Are you trying to get into my head?
Am I not already dead? Or?
Oh, shit. Here you are, actually. Enjoy, my friend.
So there was no freeze time, but let's go. Oh,
What? Was it live?
oh, there is a bit freeze time actually.
Yeah, this is how we play, yeah?
No.
Oh my god, I don't have sound. I actually don't have sound. Fuck, I don't need it for you.
You don't need it?
I don't need it.
I think you do on this map.
Wait. No need.
So we're playing to 5, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, don't go on the ramps.
Okay.
Or you can?
Oh, okay, I'm gonna fix my sound.
So that was pretty easy, Tizian.
That was actually pretty easy, but you're more experienced.
I think you need sound for this too.
I think so, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a fisherman's friend now, and then it's over for you. There you go.
Oh wow.
Nice, I
surf?
got it. Ah, sorry?
Did you surf?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, shit.
pure domination from the side of Na'Vi. They dissect BiG piece by piece on their own ground of Dust 2. And this was exactly what we were hoping for when it came to Na'Vi coming into their second matchup here at the Spring Finals. The individuals being on point, the team play being on point, and it came together when they needed it to most, Maniac.
I mean, the list of what went right for Na'Vi is very long and very copious, and it's a very nice time to be a Na'Vi fan. It had all the makings of a huge performance. Obviously, you mentioned it. Everyone chiming in. It was not a simple show at all. We're going to take some time to praise Perfecto and Electronic. They were two of the players styling on BiG. Now, if you are the German squad, you've just lost your map pick 16-2. You're moving into Inferno, which you had as a permaban for a while. Things are looking scheiße.
Scheiße. Things are looking scheiße. I agree with you. That was a power performance from Na'Vi. 16-2. Not at a single point in this game did you feel Na'Vi were out of control. There were a couple of close rounds, but outside of that, it was every single player from Na'Vi showing up. Even Boomage, you may see here on the scoreboard, doesn't have a lot of kills, but he did a lot of damage. He had 7 assists in the game as well. So I agree with Matthew right here. Everything that could go right for Na'Vi went right. Even Simple, sure, it wasn't all about him, but the impact with the AWP early on, he put a stop to many of those big clan executes, and from that point onwards, it was just every single Na'Vi player chiming in. Normally, the weak link on the CT side is the B defense. Not this time around. It was locked down as well.
We go back to the T side for BiG as well, starting things off. Only 2 opening duels going in their way as well. That's got a sting.
Yes, and to make matters even worse, I have a 5v3 that I want to show you guys, where finally BiG find these opening kills you're talking about. It's Xentaris making the difference with the double AK, but this is where things come together for Na'Vi. You'll see the utility used. We have Electronic with that one way towards Catwalk. He punishes Surson trying to get a weapon because he only had the P250. Then it's going to be Perfecto with a nice little set of Molotov on the side, plus the top flash to be able to punish anyone going away from the flames. They grab the kills left, right, and center. This is Na'Vi going back into a 3 versus 5. Granted, against a minimal purchases from BiG, but that was the problem. Whenever they finally made it to the side, and Tizen is going to make it quite competitive at the very end, grabbing that second kill with the Tech 9, but Perfecto has time to find him. I'm just going to give you a number. On the CT side of Na'Vi, they had to defuse the bomb only 3 times. The entire CT
on Dust
side.
2.
On Dust 2. This is how dominant that was from them. We're not hit fluffing. Na'Vi completely style on BiG.
Now, I don't want to throw you under the bus here, Pimp, but I think you did
Try.
I remember you saying
Okay.
BiG are the best team in the world on Dust 2. So what happened to them?
I said potentially one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world, and they are. They've won 14 out of 16 games on Dust 2, but this time around they got completely styled on by Na'Vi, which only makes it even more impressive that they were able to do so. I also did say that one of the only teams I felt in the world who could go up against BiG on a map like Dust 2 were Na'Vi. Did I expect it to be a 16-2 whitewash? Not at all. I was very, very impressed with what Na'Vi came with, and also slightly disappointed in BiG Clan, because I did expect more, and I did expect them that if this game were to be close, well, they had to win Dust 2. Just put up a fight.
I think it was unexpected, to say the least, and it's definitely fair enough to be a bit disappointed in terms of BiG's performance on here. And I think the big question is why? Why were they unable to really put anything back to them?
I wish I could give you like a simple answer. This is exactly why it happened. I actually just don't have it. You're looking at a couple of examples and informations out there. Surson, a man we mentioned as being a necessary win condition, had a very quiet game. He had 7 kills in the entirety of that game. Obviously, when you did him to be a can opener with the AWP, that was never really the case. You mentioned Perfecto, and I would like to take a second here to give him some praise before. I've seen Na'Vi crumble on Dust 2 at times, and this is when the BiT Perfecto duo gets abused on the B side. We have seen that a couple of times with B splits. He was lights out. He absolutely dismantled any type of attack that happened on the B side with BiT along his side. So for Na'Vi, that is a very, very good prospect for the future. If you have Perfecto, who can be that stable rock with BiT pivoting around him, that is a very good recipe.
That is super important, because I want to point it out to other maps as well. I don't know if you guys remember, but back when Na'Vi were playing Train, Perfecto was playing inside, and a lot of teams had the game plan, we're going to go inside and we're going to punish Perfecto. He is sort of the weak link within Na'Vi, especially on the CT sides, but lately I think he's been doing better and better and better. And if he can keep up to himself like this, where Simple don't have to rotate over to wherever Perfecto are to help him, like he did on Train, like he sometimes does on Dust 2, but Perfecto can hold up to his own, then Na'Vi becomes a complete different beast, especially on the CT sides. fast.
Yeah, he really can indeed. Somebody else we've got to give some credit to is, of course, Electronic. We were talking about him coming into this series, taking a look at his form kind of throughout 2021, and again, stepped up here when he really needed to on Dust 2.
He's had the worst start to a year in his entire Counter-Strike career, at least the last 3 or 4 years when in Navi. He's currently at a 1.09 rating for the year, which is relatively low for a guy with his qualities. But this tournament, as Matthew said, he's getting better and better and better. And this game was no different. Good with the rifle, good with the decision making, aggressive as well. We want to see him be aggressive. We want to see him take the duels. And as you can see in the highlights right here, he was never afraid of taking those duels. This kill as well is absolutely fantastic. He's just seeking the duels, finding the duels, and winning the duels.
I think somebody else we've also got to give credit for, again, sounding like a broken record. A lot of broken records up here on the desk today, Maniac.
It's all right.
But Simple
Dropping the mixtape.
as well. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Mixtape dropping soon. Simple as well. We have to talk about him because he was somebody we were saying is a real win condition in terms of which Simple we're going to see taking to the server. A little tidbit of information. I know James was talking to him earlier. Said he'd been getting up early, getting that practicing, getting the preparation in. And it was definitely a completely different Simple from what we've seen so far here at the Spring Finals.
I mean, just as much as I agree with you, I feel like the variation you can get from Simple is basically from 9 out of 10 to 10 out of 10. This is what you can get. That is the sample as it gets for Simple. And what I appreciate is that he's not absolutely needed to be the best player in the world right now for Navi to win. And this is a very good sign because we know, I know, and the entire Counter-Strike world knows that whenever Simple is going to be needed, whenever they are going to require from him to perform, there is a very big chance that he's going to do it. So for now, he's just finding his skills, not making a lot of mistakes, being where he is when he needed to. We know we're going to have a couple of flicks that's going to make us scream in the green room, but that is enough, and this is good for the long term of Navi.
And I think we do need to throw it to our second map, which will be Inferno. This is Navi's pick coming into things, which is interesting, as you were saying, Jacob. It feels like a little bit of a punish pick in terms of BiG, because we haven't really seen them picking it out so much in the past 3 months.
They haven't played it. They haven't played it at any significant tournament. They haven't played it against any top-tier opposition. They played it once against Endpoint in Pinnacle Cup. Online game, online cup, that doesn't really matter that much in the grand scheme of Counter-Strike. So they have not played this map against any top-tier opposition the last 3 months. So let's be honest. Let's take a step back and realize we proclaims to be expert. We at least like to talk about ourselves as being... We are experts, right? But we don't know anything about BiG when it comes to Inferno because we haven't seen it, nor do Navi. And that's the one little surprise package that we may get to see here. Maybe BiG have hidden Inferno for a long, long time because they've been practicing, they've been working on it. But as Matthew said, there's been so many tournaments and BiG is one of the teams out there who play the most, and they've had a long period where they've removed Inferno from their videos. So to think that BiG all of a sudden are gods in Inferno and are able to beat a team like Navi, I'm having a very hard time to see that happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to create a narrative in my head that makes sense as to why suddenly BiG would decide to remove Overpass and leave Inferno open. Because we know Navi plays Inferno. Remember, that used to be the map where they integrated BiG.
Yeah.
Granted, it did not go well at first. Remember, he had his baptism against Astralis and he got absolutely battered. But ever since then, we saw him blossom and improve in his positions and becoming a very, very stable player on Inferno. So if you're BiG, and you know you leave Inferno open, that has to be some sort of trap card, right? You have to be trapping Navi into this because the pick is quite apparent.
Yeah, I didn't know whether I was reading into it a little bit too much, but then you look at BiG and we know they're a team that loves that practice and preparation. That was exactly what the team was saying, really catapulted them to that #1 spot in the world last year in 2020. So do you view this as potentially maybe a little bit of a fly trap for Navi?
Potentially, I hope so, because if so, then we get a competitive game. If not, then I'm afraid Navi will want to raid with it. But to be completely honest, to buy into your point right here, BiG Clan, yeah, they are a team who like to prepare for a team like Navi. They like to prepare for their opponents. And Navi have only played it 3 times the last 3 months as well. 3 times at DreamHack Masters. They won against Heroic, they won against VP, so some very apparent and good results, but they haven't played it in more than a month and 10 days. So BiG don't have new information on Navi when it comes to Inferno. So I feel like both these teams are going in a bit dark to this match.
Yeah, maybe going in a little bit blind indeed. Maybe you can shed some light on this Maniac. Who should we be looking at from the side of BiG Clan if we're hoping to see a resurgence and pushing it to a third map?
Well, you know what? I'm actually going to go with Tapson because I think as a captain, right, if it weren't for Inferno, I'd probably give you the certain answer. But because it is Inferno and because Tapson is the captain and his ship is sinking right now, I need him to be at the helm and push them through towards a third map.
Yeah, they need to be throwing the water out of this sinking ship indeed. And it's going to be the fiery flames of Inferno to be gracing the stage for our second map of this series. Can BiG make a bounce back? We're going to be finding out on Navi's choice of Inferno in a few moments.
Hey guys, Refresh here from Heroic, and this is the story about the last round against Gambit in the final of ESL Pro League. We had an eco round. We were just trying to plant the bomb and go for a save. Cadian ended up being in a 1 vs 4. He has the first guy in the back, and then he chose to try to knife him for economical reasons. He ended up getting an AWP, getting another free kill. And then it was a 1 vs 2. He shot randomly through the box. And I heard him take him, so I told him, you hit him. The models or the players are making sounds when they get shot at. He went for the second shot and killed the third guy. Now he was in a 1 vs 1 against Exile. Cadian was asking us, where do you think the last guy is? And I said, maybe you saw him at the noob corner. He went to molly that. He kept asking because it was actually not a fast clutch. Of course it was a sick clutch, but it was like pretty slow in the 1 vs 1. We agreed on that, okay, this guy was holding mid. And we found out that he has to be pushed somewhere. That's why he went on to jump and spot him at Tetris. And then I think it was like Tessas and Staven said, you saw him? But Cadian didn't see him himself. And then Cadian was scoped in and just waiting for him to peek. And Cadian hit the last shot, and we won the last round of Pro League. Two things that changed the round with comms was like the shot through the box and the jump peek.
Ladies and gentlemen, Copenhagen, let me hear you. Are you guys here? Are you ready to watch some Counter-Strike? They're right in front, defusing the bomb. The smoke. Three, taking two, and falling back.
What a match between these teams.
You are kidding me.
It's loud. It's insane.
Nobby, finish like this.
I can feel that vibration through the walls, through the floor, through my heart, to the core.
And we're back to the casting desk with Big Clan. I'm dying inside every time, just a little bit. Just a little bit. At least you're not saying like a cheese string in the microwave anymore.
Oh,
I'll
remember that now. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Betway odds heavily in favor of Na'Vi. Obviously, after that Dust 2,
I think it should be 10 to 1, maybe.
Smashing?
At least Big have one fan.
Now, science, okay? You suck the cold, you get that cold air coming through, and then the fan blows it all over the room.
Genius. Air conditioning is just a fan in front of ice water.
But then the fan on the opposite side of the room counters that wind. So really, if they're not careful, they're going to cause a tornado in the middle of the room.
Yeah, they should be really careful about that.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah, they should totally just be super careful about that, Connor.
Don't you be so condescending.
Right? Oh, man. Not to be condescending, but, you know, Big playing Inferno here.
Mm-hmm.
This is,
what, got you nervous?
It's not a great situation for them.
I don't think
it's not really condescending, but because they didn't pick it.
No, listen, we got to be realistic.
Their veto is not super strong in general. Like, it's kind of a weird one. And they haven't played Na'Vi before. But this was wide open for Na'Vi to take. And it's it's a map that they can beat that Navi can beat any team on. They can lose to a fair few teams as well. They're not like super consistent, but in general, they're really, really strong. And this used to be a map that Big were great on, but
For sure.
in the last few months, no, they haven't been playing it at all.
With Gob B back in the day. Oh, it's going to be tough to reset after that Dust 2 loss. Let's be honest, man. Such a one-sided showing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Mike Tyson said. Everybody's got a plan until you bite off their ear.
If you ask him, he said it was a mistake. He didn't even know it was going to happen.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes I accidentally chew people's body parts off.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oopsies.
Okay. Dude. Sitting in Keto's spot. But I respect this man for getting up during that big game, that Dust 2 game, a couple of times to try and pump up the troops.
I know, man. What a hard job that is. You know, you have to get the motivation up, but like you're just watching your team. Like it can't even be your fault at that point. I mean, you know, everyone just has to frag at such a high level to keep up. All you can do is just try to get the energy going, I guess.
Something.
It just feels fake though, doesn't it, at that point?
A little bit.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can just walk outside and a reset. Tabula rasa. Clean slate. That's what they're hoping to come in with here on Inferno.
Yeah.
Again, on the plus side,
yep.
Can't get much worse than the first map.
Yes.
So let's see what happens with the CZ from Boomich. It's a wild little spray, but it's not even his kills. It's just all perfecto and electronic. 4 frags immediately, no answer back from Big. And you know that in this moment, they're all just having these PTSD flashbacks to Dust 2.
I mean, yeah, it already feels
not
like
again!
that. Dude, what is going on?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is tournament, like, you know, coming into the event, I believe it was Simple who had the interview saying,
I'll give you the option to change your winner prediction now for who's going to win the event. Go ahead.
Now all of a sudden Navi seems like such a tempting option. But this was it, right? Simple came into the event and said, we just want to start stringing together event wins. This is the Navi that wins events.
Yeah, they don't really do that. Yeah, like he's saying. They won the global finals. They were second best team overall for 2020. They have always been a threat at every event they entered, but they never consistently win. And they haven't got that major, and there's like some things missing.
But when it clicks...
it clicks. It snaps into place.
And they click heads this evening.
It's kind of like trying to get Velcro to be perfectly aligned when you're putting your shoes on.
Putting on a phone screen protector.
Exactly.
I don't have
when
a degree in rocket science.
Are at their best, there are no bubbles.
Just opponents to pop. Slow one this time. The thing with Big is they're going to have a plan at all times.
Yeah.
In every moment. This is a team that has procedure and plans.
And they have played Inferno a lot in the past. Just kind of shuffled out of their veto. So they've got stuff to fall back on. Maybe they could see it coming for us in this series.
What I like about Big as well is, man, they've gone through everything. This is one of the only teams still standing in terms of a 5-man roster since the start of the COVID online era. Everybody else has made changes.
It's
not
insane.
Big.
I've called for them to make changes, and they didn't, and they're always a threat, and they always, do a lot more than I expect, honestly.
Yeah.
And then I say I'm not going to sleep on them, and I don't pick them, and then they win, and then always regret it.
And then you get your hopes up, and then something like this.
It's honestly so impressive with Big.
There are ups, there are downs. But they've got a nice B split coming in with that one kill. They've got 2 CTs isolated, but the bomb plant gets stopped. And, they pick it back up just in the nick of time. Just in time. Sweet. They get their kill. They open up on mid. They wrap over to the B bomb site. That was, like I said, planned.
Yes.
They have plans.
They did. They had a whole thing executed with the arch attack, and they went through CT, and they got in. They got that bomb down. They hit some nice shots along the way. Xantares hit some, good entries on Dust 2 for what it's worth. No one played super well for Big. Keto had some nice kills. Xantares had some nice kills. That's about it. Mostly inconsequential just because no one else was fragging, but...
Of course, there's a world where Boomich stops a second bomb plant, and that round falls short.
Yes.
But they recovered the device in time. We had a nice headshot from Keto to clear out that second construction player, because even if the second construction player could survive long enough for the other CTs to maybe get closer, they could prime themselves for a retake, etc.
Yes.
But no, they shut down Boomich and the second B guy. Good pinch from 2 directions. That's how pinches work. Na'Vi with the buyback. Clear limitations in this one. See who gets unleashed. Ooh, nice nade. There's 50 health from Xantera's gone.
Halfway out of the site already. There's Boomich here in CT spawn. They're really just trying to get them to go A on this strat. I don't know. It's hard to know. Everyone's got such like nuanced, banana protocols with their nades and stuff like that. It's hard to know when they've got like a really sick read, or they realize they're luring a team into pushing in a certain way. They're making it seem like this is their regular B nades, but it's all just a series of mix-ups at the end of the day. And in an interesting move, Na'Vi becomes scared about B and rotate out of the site that they were correctly stacked on.
Tizian just barrels outwards, gets his feet on the ground, which seems to be half the battle, but there are a couple frags from the counter-terrorists, including the one in pit. Tabson making sound, and Simple plucks one from the sky. But Tabson trades him, and the 2v2 ensues. Na'Vi fall off of Arch and double back towards top middle. That is where both of them are. They've got Searson to deal with inside of Little Pit, and the bomb planter by the name of Tabson. Searson swapping into the AK-47, and they both come to peek this. BiG, they've got them. Dead to rights as Searson comes out wide, and BiG convert that second round force buy win into 2 in a row.
Really well handled. It's nicely played from Simple there on the hay cart, how he worked around those 2 kills. First one was super nice too. Second one out of the sky, didn't overextend, knew when he had a good spot, all that, but yeah, it wasn't quite enough. BiG handled the situation. And that's the spot where Na'Vi could have just stuck with their stack if they wanted to, but they were blind on information, and BiG just being patient enough made it seem like they were setting up for B. 3 players to start the round over here on B, but it is just with pistols this time. No armor, not much utility.
Nothing much, man. A can of beans. That's what they've got to fight with. Keto fully flashed. Perfecto didn't want to take the chance. Another flashbang comes over. BiG clan can't see a thing, but they know what they want. The B site commitment. We do have Perfecto up by box, falling short. A little bit of damage here and there, but nothing whatsoever in terms of kills for Na'Vi. BiG heating up. It's still early days, of course, and this all a result of that second round force buy win. I want to see some gun-on-gun round wins before I really give BiG much credit. However, solid recovery. A single kill is what Na'Vi will take in this one. BiG leading 3-1.
Yeah. Let's see what the investment looks like for Na'Vi. They have enough for everything they need, of course. And it's, well, actually, it's just, it's 3 FOMUses here and no op. No one saved for it. I guess everyone bought armor on that one investment round, so no one saved up for an op. You don't necessarily need it on CT side. I think it's very useful. T side, rare to see people buy it, but CT side, it's pretty often. They go for the fast boost at mid, and BiG are coming up quick, actually. They turned the corner already, and this is a situation that's working out quite nicely for them so far. Simple has to make up for the fact that Electronic got his kill. Searson with a very nice trade, sliver peek here, but they already are coming quickly up mid, and now it's a 2-on-2 situation. Other rotators outside the smoke. This means that BiG know that they can plant the bomb, and now the Na'Vi players who are left over will join hands, and the bomb is planted on the inside of Cold here.
Xantera is tucked inside the graveyard. It's going to have to be Boomich to try and peel him off. Oh, Xantera's peaks. And he wins this duel with ease. Perfecto going to take the place of his fallen teammate. Smoke towards the side of sight to give him that wiggle room, to give him a chance to entry in on Searson instead. Trying to bait the op shot, but Searson with patience pays off. 4 rounds for BiG in a row.
They grab it. This is a super fast play up mid, probably relatively unexpected. They don't throw... It's not even Na'Vi, I think, overstacking down banana. Maybe they threw a bottom B smoke. I don't think they did. Boomich ran through it like this. And Tabson is amped. Actually, the whole squad is going, and the energy's here.
Dude, every round win after that blowout on Dust 2 is going to get you fired up.
Yeah.
You're playing for a little bit of respect at this point.
Already a super hot start.
Good for Big. Let's see if they can keep it going versus the Deagles of Na'Vi here in the 6th. Chip damage v Xantares. He doesn't really want to let off this aggression. Smoke grenade will have him think twice in Boomich. One's
in chat.
You know, there's a lot of players that have 1s instead of I's.
Yes.
There are players who have 0s instead of O's. What other players have 4s? Like Boomich.
Boomich.
Is that the only one? Any 4 for A?
It's not A, though.
No, not in his case, but like, you know, in Leet speak.
Yeah, it's Boomich, like...
You know, but you use the 4.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna set myself up.
I don't even know if there's any examples.
I think it's just Boomich with the
Arn?
4.
FBL player. I don't know what team he plays on. I forget. Yeah.
You're onto something. Yeah. Nikito's into something. The B bomb site. Boomich is able to get a kill despite having 2 kills! More frags than he has HP left over. These are teammates. Perfecto stops the bomb carrier. It's all on Xantares. He's low HP. 40 left. And time... He goes silent so that they don't know exactly when or where he is. Xantares is having a hell of a game on Inferno. 10-2 at the moment. As many kills as the rest of his team combined, but simple, up close and personal.
There the whole time. Okay, you know if you put like it's like when they try to do those surrealism shots where they put like a camera in front of a fly.
Sure.
When you're staring a sass in the face.
Yeah. Big eyes.
That's what it looks. That's what it looks like for a second.
The goggles.
The goggles, yeah. Did I get that model right? It's the sass.
Yeah, SAS, the British SAS.
The SAS. Oh, okay. SAS.
Yes, they're gas masks with the boogity eyes.
Yep. Well, that round falls apart quickly for Big. So Na'Vi just with the pistols are able to pull that back, and instantly you've got the full kit of utility on everybody. The AK's recovered. So many players alive as well. Holy smokes. The money that just changed hands here. 2 AKs, full kits, op. It's a whole new world. Just went on a shopping spree. Oh, man. Big did not want to lose that one.
I saw the shock on your face when that guy came through smoke.
I thought someone was reloading or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Oh, thank you for the laugh. But this is no laughing matter. Not for Big. Down a map. Their momentum stunted slightly by the lesser buy. I still can't believe Boomich with 1 HP and a CZ gets 2 kills. Talk about a beast. Now here he is with the Colt instead. Sees the gun barrel of Keto and kills him quickly.
Can't believe he just threw that smoke like that, honestly.
Such a risk.
He was just peeking with the smoke, like, completely. No lineup. You're gonna need a lineup for that if you're gonna play B.
He's like, I don't know how to play anything other than sandbag, though.
Yeah, so he's so good at the sandbags.
Well, like the sandbags, he's hoping to pile bodies high. First one sets the base. How many can he stack? Xantares will be his second and Tizian the third. That's going to send the remaining Big players back towards middle, but there's no time, so now they just hope to survive. Can they hang on to this valuable op?
Electronic Cam. He's coming down mid for him. See when they turn the card. They're going to push down here. Oh, wait, are they not?
Nope.
Ooh,
They let it slide.
Okay. They're happy to let them take these guns into the next rounds. Boomich does every bit of work in this round. 3 kills for him. Over his smoke. Next, they just run through his Xantares to try to trade, and he spray transfers into Tizian. Nicely done, nicely done. It's a bit ropey when you have to come through a smoke. Ideally, you don't want to do that. I don't know what the clock situation was. I guess they were forced to when Boomich held the smoke for that long.
Yeah, we saw the other guys walk away, and
he could have. That round could have literally just been him getting timing, like standing out there in the smoke when they were just right around the corner. But
you're right.
It's lucky.
He's a little bit more forward this round.
Yeah.
toying with the corner of Banana.
Oh, this nade's going to be
A dud?
I thought it was the one that hits off the half wall or just above it right for
Ooh,
that.
That one's better.
There it is. Searson and Tabson low now.
And Electronic getting the opening frag. Simple, yet to move. But now that Searson has killed a player towards B, there are 3 Ts on that side of the map.
Yeah, look how ready they are for all of their positions.
However, good utility for Na'Vi to stave off the hit.
Yeah, they got the rotation to come in with these incendiaries. Everything is going off without a hitch right now.
But more and more delay. This time by way of smoke. Boost a man up, and a frag that misses the mark. Tabson has to wait to recover vision, and look at that. Simple, prepared for the peak.
Yeah.
He's going to put out the fire and continue to fight off the side of this, you'd think. Delays for a moment. Perfecto, well, he tries to peek out around New Box. Simple here to lend a helping hand, and it's working wonderfully for now. The no-scope. And Keto, all that remains. 1v3, the Deagle damage looks good, but tiny bit better. Comes out wide as Na'Vi tie 4 rounds apiece.
Great shot from Simple with a no-scope. But this is a perfect round from Na'Vi. Everything becomes so obvious to them. They got the Halls control set up. They know there's a second man to approach it. They get the rotation out to B with the perfect amount of utility being dispersed slowly. A flashbang, a Molotov, a smoke. BiG are forced to respect it. Then they run out of time. Then they're forced to go B. And Na'Vi know they're coming. And they already have the extra player there. And then they just peek and get the kills. What can you say? Even on Dust 2, it's kind of the same vibe where they kind of know exactly what BiG are going to do at every turn. I guess especially on some of these slower rounds. I think that was a nice change of pace that Tabson called where they ran up mid that one round. Maybe they need to go with something more like that. While Na'Vi are the ones who are trying to get comfortable or expecting BiG to be slower rather than faster. Tabson on the 16-10.
Is that a good one? You like that? You approve?
Race, yes.
You approve?
Yes. We're a small community, 60-10 players, but most of us are the best in the world.
Humble. Electronic. To top mid. Has support from a teammate. Doesn't trust it for a second.
Yeah.
Ooh, but Simple with a deagle. More damage done.
He had an op, right?
He did have an op. You're absolutely right.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Just wanted to play the deagle, Launders.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
You know what's more important than winning? Style points.
Yeah, true. Fashion souls.
Bit throws a smoke for his own exit. Frags Pit preemptively. And now he's just going to buy a little bit of time. Just hold your horses, bud.
The op is coming around, but the bomb is planted. Yeah, bomb is planted within the site. Searson can defend it potentially. A lot of this comes down to Santeris, who's playing alone here. Tries to adjust, can't hit it. Searson's going to give up a spot, and then now this is where they can kind of approach. The rotation's not super far for him.
He throws the nade, but that's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Ah, NT. NT.
Nicely done there from Na'Vi on the recovery. I mean, Simple literally just peeked down mid with a deagle in his hand into 3 people.
I now understand why Electronic didn't trust it for a second. He's like, "Are you sure you have right?" Simple's like, "Yeah, yeah."
Like, we're having way too much fun right now. I don't trust my.
You're not holding it with your deagle, right?
Yeah. No promises.
Hey, man, it worked. He did good damage.
You got
Na'Vi take their round win.
Yeah.
Buy back up from both sides. Simple with the flashbang, could have peeked, but opts not to. Fire all over down Banana. Umich, he's trying to contest, but he ate that Tabson flash. And despite Keto being softened up, it's not enough to die to the nade.
Some nice timing there.
Good utility back and forth.
Got Boomich down, but you know he always plays B. Now, Electronic and Simple. Pit side, Simple looking for a shot. Electronic actually kind of playing support in this position from the back lines. Simple taking another shot, and the mini misses. Has confirmation on him. Electronic looking to support. Keto from up top, though, causes problems, and Electronic dies behind him.
All while Tabson wraps around to confirm that they have this site in entirety. Simple could have hit that shot into the mini pit player. Took damage back instead. It really had to come off of the back of those 2. And Keto goes big with 3.
It's how fast BiG are coming into some of these rounds that I think is catching Na'Vi off guard. Like here, they're kind of having success over on the B site, and then all of a sudden, I think like 2 more seconds, and then Na'Vi are really comfortable on the A site. They even threw that smoke down. That didn't plume yet, but BiG are getting right into it. I think that pace that they're hitting is exactly perfect. Even keeping this game competitive at 5-5 is pretty strong so far. Again, no big wins for BiG on this map. Once played in the last 3 months at a smaller tournament versus tier 2 team. So this is a huge step up. But again, in the past, in 2020 especially, they did play a lot of Inferno, whether they liked it or not, and they had some successes too. It's always been a map they've been competitive on, at least while they were playing it.
Good to see this one a bit closer than our opening. I was scared that BiG were going to show promise only to flop.
Timeout's called here for Na'Vi as they discuss things.
Or do they?
Maybe Blade?
Haven't seen Blade yet.
That's true.
There he is.
There he is. Oh.
Okay, he's talking.
Discourse is being had.
Just making sure he's still in there.
Yeah.
A lot of respect given to Blade.
What's the pattern on his, behind him, on his thing? Is it blades? Maybe it's probably just blades,
it should
right?
be a knife.
Yeah, a knife.
It would be a very missed opportunity if it's not.
Maybe a blade, a net.
Look like a stiletto.
Oh yeah, could be a stiletto.
Buy back in. Let's see if there's any shifts in the game plan. Any quantifiable changes. We got the 2-man apartments push from Na'Vi.
This is really strong last time, of course. You know, it's funny that scope can be a bait, actually. If simple, they can see it from the other side. Then you've got electronics sitting on the other wall, and it looks like that player's unaware. In reality, they knew the whole time. Oh.
There you go. Sometimes you forget to let go of the button.
This wants to affect Simple's rotation, but he's not even here at all. He's already thinking about the B site, which is also what BiG are thinking about. They've got a pretty good idea of what's coming their way. And BiG threatening with the B split nades, but I don't know if they're going to commit anyone to it. Just want to make sure that Na'Vi don't come and clear out mid again, and Simple, look where he is.
Right in the proper position, but flashed. So his mission a little harder now. Smokes over the top of the site and Tizian into the pit. He's blinded, and Perfecto trying to find some kind of an angle here in this sea of smoke. Does get tagged up slightly.
Look at Electronic still over on the A side. There's 2 players here. They go and tap the bomb to get off it.
Yeah.
He really just jumped up, tapped it, and backed up. And now the CTs are coming into position. This gets really, really difficult here for BiG, but...
Nice double peek.
Yes. And Electronic now comes in late.
This is the stick from Tizian. He does it safely and then hides back down into the pit again. They are really trying to challenge on CT, looking to shut down the rotators. They know that there's guys back on coffins this entire time. Simple one of which. Perfecto peeks. Nice headshot to Tizian, and Electronic with 2 HP comes in versus Searson. Na'Vi back with that 6-5 lead.
That was cool, the way that Electronic played all the way back, waiting for anyone to peek into CT while applying some pressure through con, knowing that no one was on site too was huge. So they knew that they were in this pool area and had to get some better control. The Hall setup works once again for Na'Vi, and then the rotation is really good from Simple, where he just has such a good idea of what they're going to do. They're trying to avoid him. And so he's like, what would I do if I was trying to avoid me? I'd go to B. And he does the same.
We work our way through this first half now. The 12th upon us. See if BiG can keep it tied or whether Na'Vi pull ahead towards the end.
Eyes on Halls here again for Simple. No electronic support in this situation. Kind of curious the way that he's holding it. Is he just looking on the right side, or is he holding for the stairs? He's kind of keeping an eye on both, but holding for the stairs for now. It looks like the shot might come in soon.
It's gonna have to be a flick.
Yeah, he's double dipping. You know, he's just he's like, I'm gonna hit this shot, basically.
We've seen Electronic cleared from this exact position. BiG could help, but we see the smoke fall at his feet. He does actually stand on the other side of this. And footsteps being heard by Electronic. BiG able to open Vitizian. Xantares takes his second of the round. And Xantares, he's taking down big names. Simple and Electronic. The two guys that baited him into the apartments push just 1 round prior. He enacts his revenge, and Boomich, well, he's going to go ahead and tuck beyond Tabson. Ooh, supposed to hard clear, but Boomich does a good job of softening up a couple players. The site is open for the taking at this moment, but Bits trying to come in through Arch alongside Perfecto, neither of them going to arrive in time, seeing as the smoke has them blocked off.
Are they backing up out of this?
Yes.
So what would Gambit do? And they get out of that was an interesting play. This is, of course, very, T-favored. Xantares going to hard clear that angle, and he's gambling, hoping that they come stairs. And on the other side of the shot, of course, Simple could still hit the flick if Xantares doesn't one bullet him.
Yep.
But we don't get to see that version of reality. Xantares really sharp with it. Instant first bullet headshot. And BiG continue to keep up.
Yeah, Xantares doing a great job. 13 and 8.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, they don't play it right now, but he was always a really good performer on Inferno, and quite good on both sides. I think there were some situations on CT where I feel like he'd get caught off guard, but he's like kind of the perfect anchor in a lot of ways, where he's really, really good aim, and you can definitely leave. He's a turret. You could leave him in pit, and he'd get a lot of kills. And he's usually the guy who is entering out of halls, entering up into B. He's, in my opinion,
a lot of pressure.
Probably their most impactful Inferno player. In the second half, Keto's actually quite good on the B site. They don't play this map a lot right now. We're also looking to, as was mentioned on the desk, see better performances, just generally speaking, out of Searson. There's got to be an elite opper. He just has to be. Top 9 last year.
Oh, well, that's number 9.
Okay.
That's number 9 material.
Put a 9 in the name.
Number 9 beats number 2 to start round 13. Come on, BiG.
Oof. Yeah, unlucky. It didn't spot him on the jump, and Keto just totally saw him.
B site completely clear for the taking.
Yeah.
Perfecto can't challenge through spawn. Yo, BiG, running it in. Listen, it takes some spine to come back from that first Dust 2 loss. This map's not over yet, but it is BiG with a lead. Electronic's going to deny Tizian his chance at canceling out these 3 remaining rifles. Xantares and Keto that have been kind of the most heavy hitters for the time being, but if Searson can start to add to that tally with opening kills v simple like that, then you have that 3-pronged trident that could very well skewer Navi here on map 2.
Aren't all tridents 3-pronged?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Hence the try. Like in triangle.
Boomich got a little messy with it.
You think so?
As he does.
Yeah.
He'd do that sometimes.
We called back to it, a few rounds ago when he was smoking from coffins, standing in the open.
Yeah. That was brazen.
He's one of those people, there's like humans out there that just like, they can't sense fear.
The humans out there, yes.
They just, their brains are wired that way.
It's him, yeah.
Boomich may be one of those people.
Yes. He only can experience happiness.
Yeah.
I think. He seems so happy.
Woo. Grenades over top. Nice damage. Tabson and Keto combining the Boomich. See, he's not scared.
The boom bags.
The boom bags, yeah. Poor guy gets smothered in frags. This is looking like BiG with 8 if they can close with the man advantage. A site prime for the taking. I mean, it is right. Electronic. All that was left. And he is a one and done. So Navi with no money, you'd think they'd just go for the save. That is the nature of Inferno.
The kills are coming. That was good game plan kills. In the second half, what we can expect also from BiG is a lot of these HEs from B site onto Banana. I think part of the reason this fell out of their map pool a little bit was because they weren't able to find a consistent way to take Banana control. It's just so important to be able to do it. You got to have a certain kind of player who's willing to, you know, be really aggressive and, like you're saying, not really sense fear. Just be able to focus on their crosshair no matter the flashes that come out. Not get shaken if they die a couple of times in nades. Just continue to fight for it. And I feel like they were, I guess, struggling to do that. Keto is super good at playing quad and back insight. And they did find some loopholes where they're able to just find some good timings, get HE damage to the bottom of Banana or to the top and make it unconfirmed. But in general, they didn't have much actual active presence on that part of the map. And I think that's why they probably lost a few of their Inferno games that took this out of the pool. But here are some of those targeted grenades. This time from the T side, take out Boomich. And to be fair to Boomich, he actually wasn't, you know, hasn't been playing sandbags that much this game.
Yeah, he's been a little bit further back than usual.
Picked a good round to do that.
Bada Boomich. Poor guy gets blasted into the 15th round, which is what's coming at you right now. The final of Navi's CT side. Utility towards Banana yet again. Is that Boomich? Sure enough. Playing behind his sandbags.
Well, they wouldn't need sandbags twice, now would they?
You may find out the hard way whether they do or don't. It's electronic.
Ooh. Wow.
Little dangerous game to play. Sees two bodies. Immediately ejects onto the railing. And I think that's what sends BiG back towards Banana for only a moment. They could catch Boomich. You know, we talk about that risk assessment. He's got it. Anytime I see him with a smoke in his hand, I'm worried for him.
Yeah, he's a little bit messy with the jump spots and stuff like that.
Risky business. Navi left wondering, what's the business? They're over on A site with no confirmation whether BiG are still there. They hear this ruckus at Banana, and yet they have not over-rotated back to B. Perfecto drops a bit of utility, and Tizian gets the lurk kill into electronic.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if BiG just can actually just go back to B in a situation like this. There's 30 seconds left, which is the awkward part. It's a little bit, takes a little bit longer, I'd say, to go A than it does B. 25 seconds, they're going to try to tell some late round fake. This could come down to the final few. Let's see. All the CTs are rotating over, so this could be good. But we got to keep eyes on our A player, who is alone, but 15 seconds, and all he has to do is stop the bomb.
And it's simple, so you know he can do what he damn well pleases. There's the first one. Oh, and Tabson's up close. Gets the headshot. Kills simple. Searson into library. Shuts down Boomich. And Navi were brought back to A only to fall. A 9-6 half out of BiG. Think about that showing on Dust 2. Think about the spirits on your screen at the end of that first map and compare it to what you have now. BiG alive and kicking.
I would like more the roll cage.
The roll cage, but it looks pretty nice. I like it.
Hey, I like the Jean. It reminds me of tattoos.
So I'll go with the Jean.
I think we've got to go with the commemoration. It's one of the only full gold skins.
I will go with the gold one.
The Jin reminds me of like tattoos almost. It's like a farmers with tattoos on, and I like tattoos.
It's definitely not this Jin. The Jin, because it just looks kind of cool to me. Just the silver alloy look.
It's gotta be between the commemoration and Jin. I've used both because they look really nice in game. Like when you have high shaders, I think everyone has high shaders nowadays, but they look really nice with the shaders on because they're like kind of shiny. I think I'll just go with the commemoration here because it's gold, it's shiny. And I don't think we have any gold skins other than the commemoration, so it's unique for me, and that's why I'll choose the commemoration.
The roll cage is my favorite out of these three. I just like the roll cage just because of the red and black, and it kind of looks like it has like sponsors on it and stuff. I just think it looks cool, like a some type of like car or something.
I prefer commemoration. You got the gold, the beauty one. I think it's the best skin. I'm not using farmers in game in total. Sometimes
Roll cage looks good. I would choose roll cage. I don't know, it looks better than those two, I would say. Even though I have the gold one.
Underrated gun, underrated skins. Despite the commemoration being the popular vote, I think I'm gonna give my shot to the Jin. Dude, it's just clean. And it's a little bit badass, actually. So let's lock that one in.
It's a nice skin for sure. It looks golden. It looks dangerous. If everyone sees the farmers from far away, they will say, "Oh no, it's him." So I think I go for the commemoration.
Roll cage. I think I will pick the roll cage because it's like seems beautiful for me because I like the red color.
Yeah, I mean the gold color reminds me of winning back in the days when I was younger. I used to win a lot of trophies, so I think having that famous reminds me of why I'm grinding. I think out of these three, I'll go with the commemoration. I don't know how to say it, but it sounds really good. It's always good to have a famous weapon. You can't really say what it's called. Commemoration, that was, thank you. At this point, you want to add the sticker on the gold weapon. You see, that makes more sense. Instead of where there's always face colors, then you add another face sticker. But you want to have the gold face sticker, you know?
Big Clan with a lead, but still a daunting task ahead, as Na'Vi will take to the offensive side of Inferno. I ask you, Launders, where do you put the odds of this Na'Vi comeback?
I feel like they're still... I wouldn't even call it a comeback yet. Yeah. I still feel like it's super high. I think that the way that they were playing in the first half, there were some rounds where Big are like, clearly, like, we're like, hey, we're a threat. But in terms of confidence, I feel like it just really hasn't slipped yet. I haven't seen it yet from Na'Vi.
Okay.
You know, after this, the pistol and anti-ecos, we see what happens to either scoreline. Like, if Na'Vi win the pistol, it's like, I'm still, you know, just looking at their recent games and stuff like that, it's just... You know, I still have them severely favored, of course, but we'll see. Na'Vi are definitely being forced to respect Big Clan right now.
Definitely, yeah.
Great.
Especially Xantares and Keto.
Yeah.
Searson alongside them. Those are the three heavy-handed hitters for Big at the moment. But that moment of success may have come and passed. We'll see. Minute 15. 4 CTs. Looking to clamp down on mid. It's quiet. Bombs passed over to Bit. I'm wondering, like, at what point does Xantares get adventurous and peek in here? All right, they're going to go for the apps.
I just think it's Boomish selling a super late fake, basically.
No flashes.
2 players here. They're just going to run out, and they get the 1 trade. They can't get the second, though. Xantares. Again, such a strong anchor on the site. Super nice for USP. Look at this Clipperino. 4 frags for Xantares. Boomich coming late up mid. Doesn't want to give it to him, but knows the round is over. Taps him, will get the frag, and it's all about Xantares.
Let's go. Listen, man, I'm all for a 4-man apps pop, but I'm definitely more for it when you've got flashbangs. Xantares looks into the sun, not blind. The first one's a shooting gallery, the second just as easy, 3rd kill clean, and the 4th, well, that one's well earned. A nice 1-tap to really shut down this pistol play from Na'Vi. So we've got Big with double digits. Now let's see if they can continue to convert. Are you laughing at that man's misery?
Well, I mean, they've got a map lead. They have the map they want, and
does his pain please you?
It's not like over. You know what I mean?
He's just being dramatic.
Yeah.
For emotional effect. He's just getting James Banks nervous.
Oh, he's probably yelling.
Oh,
he's probably yelling angrily.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't really tell when he's nervous. He just gets more and more angry.
Yeah. It's not even anger, really. It's just loud.
Loud anger.
Yeah, it's volume. And mass. Fight from Arch. Tabson wary of getting hit from both directions. There's that little jumping shoulder peek. These little 9mm just zinging by. Ooh, but that's bigger than a 9mm. Simple to the face of Tabson. Here comes Searson, wasting no time with the B aggression, just going to attack him from the back. Tizian didn't clear this spot, and Electronic's going to nail him. Now Xantares does come in with a kill, and Searson's MP9 is good for yet another. Bit wants the Deeg. But I'm sure he'd also want a little more HP. Not that he seems to need it.
You know Searson is here as well.
Yeah. Ooh, Bit gives cover. And now Xantares is going to need 3 kills on this round to deny Na'Vi.
They could.
Ooh, they crossed the bomb.
Yeah, they do. They split up in the appropriate way. Now they could do this a couple ways. They could double peek. They could obviously play the perfect crossfire and try to trade that way. It's not an identical, like a perfect crossfire for them if Xantares goes around this way. Of course, look, they're flanking him. Oh my God, they actually just won.
No way.
What a play.
Did they? Did they?
Maybe they won't. Maybe they actually just go back.
Oh, you don't poke the bear.
Situation. I don't know.
Oh, but he changes to grenades and still he's alive. Boom it! Oh, he loses.
No way.
That was their chance, and they missed it.
Oh my God, no way that just happened like that. That was actually really gross. I mean,
look at that.
That was like free. If they just ran, they would have been free.
Watch. Boom! Sit down, Searson. Screams Bit. But I mean, listen, you shot at Xantares, you had to kill him.
They did, yeah. And then they played it after they showed themselves. They played it in the worst way possible. Literally just one at a time. And both went in reach. And Xantares even missed, and they still couldn't get the kill.
But now we've got guns for Na'Vi, so they weren't able to recover rounds before they're supposed to, despite coming close. That's for damn sure. We do have an op for Searson. Big Clan already playing B more aggressively than Na'Vi ever did in that first half. Bit in the apartments. There's 2 counter terrorists towards Boiler. They split up, and yet it doesn't cost them. Tizian stands tall on 20. Damn, Na'Vi about to be down by 6 unless they fight back the man advantage. Electronics looking to lurk into the A site. Could catch him off guard. Searson hits that.
Must have been a wicked shot. Quick switch out.
Oh.
Just kind of walked into the angle, probably thinking there was someone like a Boiler or something like that. Hit that flick. Okay, Keto will die inside B as he was waiting for a flash for himself, and then Boomich turns it into 2. It's scrappy, man, these rounds. Now, this 3v5 looks like it could actually lean towards Na'Vi. The health is all over the place. The bomb is a little bit late, but there is still this smoke down for Boomich to maintain control of construction. And the CTs, are they even going to try it? Actually, yeah, I mean, they keep the 2 AKs, they keep their op.
This happens on Inferno.
Yes, it does make sense. They have no money. But look, that's crazy. The 5v3 and Boomich gets 2 entries, and the round is over. So they have the extra smoke. They're willing to take that fight in construction, but not wait out the 15 seconds. Yeah, that was a nice flick.
Then Boomich's double entry. First one thanks to Perfecto's flash.
This is kind of like the roulette table strat, where they just place a bet on both sides. So like, here's a lurk, let's see what happens. And as Inferno has developed, like, ironically, it's hit this inflection point where there's like actually less nades being used in certain situations, as opposed to who can throw more nades. It's like, can I find a timing sometimes to just walk out into the open on Banana and look for just an empty aim duel into B? Like, in that situation, they saw Searson on the A site. So, like, you'll see Nico and G2 do this tons of times. He'll just turn the corner. If he doesn't think there's an op there, he's happy to take a rifle duel. Boomich, with that information, even though Electronic died, just boom.
Big.
350-50.
Didn't see the head.
Oh, my.
Taps and tagged. Boomich flashed. And dead.
Nice re-aggression. Good nade too, yes. Oh, fantastic on Simple.
Very
and
nice.
Perfecto.
Not enough to completely deter Na'Vi from B. just yet, but maybe that smoke will change their mind.
You can't get rid of a smoke in the same way the smoke can get rid of a Molotov. But if you have a smoke, let's say someone throws a front sight smoke like they are, you can counter it by throwing a smoke in the choke point. So like, even though they can take away this information from you, you can make it completely unsafe to go and like use that information in some way, like use that smoke to peek in a CT or whatever. So
that changed the dynamic of Counter-Strike. A smoke sucker-upper.
A smoke sucker-upper. Maybe in Counter-Strike 2.
I'm ready. Here come the smoke grenades from Na'Vi, and already, of course, there was that counter-terrorist answer. Oh my god, it's raining fire!
They don't have any smokes to counter these.
Oh, it's Vesuvius on the B site. Keto, he's going to try to move forward here, and that same gap is actually used by Tabson. Over the boxes, he predicts Perfecto, but that flash, that's the key. Searson adding a kill to the tally, but Simple's tree position in a 1 versus 4. He sees them, but back and forth is Xantares, and forward is Big Clan, leading by 5.
The flash is so key. Now, on the plus side for Na'Vi, they baited out all of the smokes there and then dropped the utility of the Molotovs in the back of the site. But once they got in, they didn't get into a position, like Emo was mollied when they were trying to entry, and instead Tabson was able to sit here. And then this is such a key flash. It just lands on the roof above his head, so you can just like lobs it from spawn. It's such a normal flash to throw, but it's so important because it doesn't blind Tabson. He can face forward, and anyone looking for him is going to be blind. That guy First Oranges was blind, and he in fact just kills his teammate out in the open who was about to clear him after the fact. I think Na'Vi were just a bit too slow to their own execute there. There weren't even Molotovs that landed inside a CT to slow them down. So they kind of had the round they were looking for and still couldn't win it. They force.
Damn. What do you think of that?
Well, I don't know. The amount of utility and stuff they have, I don't hate it. I still think if they should still feel more confident on this T side than Big do, and I think utility is more important than what gun you have on Inferno for sure. So I don't mind force ups with a lot of utility involved. I think the worst thing you can do is like AK armor buy and not have $0 left for utility.
Tell that to my teammates.
Yeah.
Wait these smokes out on Banana. Dude, this is a very weak B at the moment.
Yeah, just for a second. So this is the timing here. They smoke out Arch, and then Big will try to get back information, but they are slow to come back to B. Of course, Na'Vi don't know this, so comfortably, Big will walk back. And it's a game of gambles here. And once again, Arch smoke would be the way to deny Big the information they currently have on mid. They haven't figured out where Searson is yet.
Perfecto's still sticking around Banana. That could be another B hit with utility. See if that keeps Tabson preoccupied. They get into brackets control and decide not to go any further, rather running back.
Yeah, they're trying to get the rotation back over towards B. It's about as good as it gets, even despite those nades. And Searson's, back in library. He's done fighting for the moment. Now the entry will come. 25 seconds, low utility here. They just got to force their way in.
Yeah, they got to beat Keto. He sees one over the top and manages the front runner. Doesn't finish off his initial fight. Bomb planted. Guns picked back up. Tabson goes for that wallbang damage. Can't quite land it. Then he peeks into 2. So BiG trades through and through. And we're left 3v3. Smoke back down on CT. That's going to delay BiG. And oh no, not even. Excuse me, just the flash. No utility after the fact. Perfecto looking for the gunfights, and Xantares gives it to him. BiG's gonna see the shadow advantage, and the pressure falls to Xantares, who tries his damnedest to run. The back and forth affair from Na'Vi, with the eventual B hit stick.
I think that's, instructive to show that you can make a round look like you have full everything. If there's the utility on Inferno, because of how much it's about denying top mid vision, then going back to B, full exec. And then it just looked like, well, as long as they can get they have the nades left over to take B, Keto's at coffins in some standard position, there's not really any easy way for him to just kill everybody just because their guns aren't great. So that was just nicely played on the force up for Na'Vi. And for Big, they fought a little bit for information, but not long enough to get those best rotations possible. Keto had to do way too much alone there.
Oh, I thought maybe Tizian would get lucky via electronic, but no sir. Bits there to lend a helping hand. And Big Clan scramble onto A. It's difficult to put much stock into this from Big. Working with the bare bones buy. But they do have 2 CTs grouped up on Arch, so if they shut down Boomich, that's where it could all start. Simple looks to give cover, and Searson's been peeled off the bomb site, so it has to be the Arch play. That is it. And Simple finds his hit. Keto tagged to 19. Little USP nipping away at Simple's health, and yeah, he's had enough. Comes back at it with his 16th frag on Inferno, taking that top spot from Electronic and bringing Na'Vi within 3.
Just off the ecos, but nice shots nonetheless. Another confidence round here for Na'Vis. They maintain with 4. And yeah, I think Big are still obviously in a powerful position. And I feel like, knowing what we know, and if I was them, I would just not play too passively. Because what we saw Na'Vi getting the information, they knew what to do with it. And that's very scary for Big, knowing that now Na'Vi have even better guns. I think if I'm Na'Vi, I'd go right back to do the simplest version of Inferno, top racket, top banana, and if I'm Big, it's uncomfortable, but I think risking it for a bit of info is probably going to win them more rounds than it loses at this point, but here it is.
Nice risk.
Yeah.
Tizian could have easily justified falling back, especially now that he lost Xantares on the bomb site, and look at this, Electronic posted on him. Simple going to keep those eyes wary towards mid, locked in on Keto. That'll give Tabson an element of surprise.
Oh, they even smoked roof. 2021 smokes. That was a hard one to follow, huh? Because like Xantares dies all the way in Moto, and they lose the opening duel as well. Oh, I guess, did they run down mid? No, that wasn't it. That was the op shot. Just one right there at the top of mid.
It was top mid, then A site, then the Arch player,
yeah,
then the flank cover.
Right.
And Tabson gets to live. Na'Vi onto the double digits. Big moment from Electronic with his 2 kills coming out from Apps. Or 1 rather. That's the opener.
Searson's taking a lot of peeks down mid. And I have to say, I like that Searson in his playstyle has developed to become a lot more aggressive. I feel like a lot of the rookie year oppers, Montu, Brokey, and Searson all had a problem of not being comfortable taking enough risks, and in the last year developed a ton. I think Montu's probably the best of the 3 right now, just in current form. Super recency bias, of course. And then maybe Brokey and Searson's just a little bit out of form right now, but obviously in terms of last year, Searson was way above all 3 of them, or of the 3 was the highest
a top
ranking
10 player.
Yeah. Super impactful and had a lot of strides in his development, both on CT side, but more in particular on the T side. That was where he would go completely absent some games and then really has forged a path for himself. So, I'm very sympathetic towards a lot of these, oppers who are trying to become elite oppers in the scene, because it's obviously insanely difficult. Like, we look at Zaiwu and Simple and say, well, they're number 1, number 2 because they have the best stats because they're oppers, but like no other oppers are near them. It's just them, right? And that's because they're that good. But it's the same, and that's just to say they're so well-rounded. They know exactly where to take their risks. They know when to play passive. They know they're always consistent aim-wise. And these other oppers like Searson, in particular, who are trying to be elite, need to be comfortable doing all of that. That means they can't be too passive. That means they know when they take their risks, and they're comfortable doing so. So all that's to say, I liked him peeking down mid there.
Tough to take risks on the A site with pistols, but they do find a timing to at least push outwards. Tabson then slips in from library. And he's actually secured a second rifle, so when Keto gets over here, there will be a chance for them to both have guns. He's tapping for the head of Bid. Come on, he hits it! But for only 80 damage, almost unfair. Perfecto off of the bomb plant. slides into back sight, and he has been left with no support. Tabson blocking in on this. They've got bit off his position. They could anticipate this move. This would be a huge round for Big to win, but they don't have the kit on defuse.
Is he going to walk through?
4 seconds left. Down to 3, and there's the cover from Tabson. Tabson comes out from library, adds a kill off Arch, the solo A1S on that round to keep Big in the lead. It had been a dry spell, Launders. 3 rounds in a row to Navi's favor. The pistol scurrying off of the bomb site. I would love to see how those other 2 kind of got their kills.
Yeah, positionally, obviously a little bit strange. Perfecto tucking, and I think Vit was like, I'm going to rotate around, so he decided to go really, really tucked, but couldn't tuck anywhere long enough for Vit to make that huge rotation. So I think should have played more for himself. Maybe he just felt like that was his best way to get a kill. But Tabson, I'm glad he finished the round off, considering he worked so hard to hunt down that extra headshot on top of balcony, and it looked like he was dead on for most of those shots. So, okay, Big 13-10 lead now. Off the eco. Dealing with Simple first and foremost on lane. The op purchase comes in. Again, this is a rarer sight on the T side. A lot of operators are not buying this op T side Inferno. But he had more than enough money. Seriously stands behind the Molotov. The setup is interesting. They have got the high-low setup, and they have Searson behind the smoke as well. So a bit of overlap there. Sometimes you see the Opera looking boiler in this position with the high-low setup and then someone playing anti. But it doesn't seem like it'll have an effect on where they'll go with this round. Smoke comes in to threaten the arch wrap. And Searson hasn't made noise yet, I don't think. So it's a big guessing game. But look how many CTs are near A.
Yeah, starting to come back over. Looking to scramble in, but the flash blinds Keto. He dives back on 40 HP. Tabson's still inside of library, and Xantares, dude, he is locking this down from Little Pit, but they held him in. And now Xantares is going to have to do it all. As Searson tries to get into the mix, there's nobody left to help him. It's only Searson. 1v3, his bomb's now planted, and he has to call for the save.
How Searson wasn't involved in this round, I'll have no idea. I'll have absolutely no idea. The round even came towards him, but it feels like he was going to replace maybe the B players, and they were going to try to play 4 rifles A.
Exactly
but
that.
They did it without banana control, I think. So it was just an awkward, like, slow rotation. And then the punish game from Simple is insane here because, okay, it looks like he's staring at him the whole time. But Tabson walking through that smoke, if he killed if he kills Simple, he probably gets 2. And even if he kills 1, that might have been enough. So it looked like he got a nice timing, but Simple straight punished him and totally changed the narrative of maybe this half.
Damn. Hot damn.
And he'd just be sipping on Starbucks all the while.
Just chilling. Let me get that Grande Frappa Lappuccino. Give me the Macchiato, 2 pumps, 3 squirts.
Extra caramel.
Mm-hmm. With the marshmallow gumbo.
Some chocolate flakes.
Java Havana Funkaloo.
You can tell we've never been there.
I drink my coffee black.
Large Americano.
A cinnamon bun.
Venti? No, large.
What's more made up? Starbucks language or Danish?
Both are false.
P250 trying to stop the mid-peak. Not going to happen. And that leaves A wide for the taking. Open for the taking.
Both are fake languages. If you take a Danish word is just an English word, and then you don't pronounce 3 letters.
Yep. Which 3? Any 3 you choose.
Even if it's all 3. Sometimes it's just a noise.
Is it good?
That's a real word.
It's actually a great example, isn't it? Navi closing the distance back. Just as Big had that lead. Just as Big thought, guys, it's a BO3, we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Navi have other ideas. Now, mind you, this wasn't really meant to be a success story in the 25th round. Pistols around that 1 saved op. They could have tried to force the issue. But here it is. The 1 kill versus Big this round. Looked for a second like they could have lined up for his P250.
That could have been a G2 mid-stack, and they jump through and lose 2 guns and get eco'd. But they called it out. They called it out correctly.
Well done. Within one. Na'Vi now trailing still, but ever closer. It's the Simple and Electronic show at 18 kills apiece.
We got 1 round in the last 6 for BiG.
Correct. By way of defuse with 2 survivors.
And that was the round where Tabson did a lot. I think we're going to need to see Searson more of the focal point of these rounds if he's going to be picking up the op. And if you rotate too many times, you see nobody. I think that's the real sweet spot. That's like an oversimplification of what it means to be an impactful opper. But what happens too often when you're uncomfortable, when you're nervous, when you're unprepared, when you just don't know. And right now they're doing a great job of just making him step off his post, fall back to a new one, rotate out to another side, smoke him out, and then make it so that you don't even see Searson take a shot. Right, and that's the key. I don't want to compare him directly to another player, but you can see when Simple, he's doing this on T side, which is much harder. First of all, then also getting P refrags, punishing, sometimes doing all the work.
Oof, Electronic, man, that was awkward. Wasn't sure where he wanted to go, what he should prioritize. Grenades were flying over.
Yeah.
But he figured it out. He found a little bit of safety.
They got BiG and ultra passive setup. Unfortunately for them, this could spell disaster. There's no heavy rotation either. No gamble here. Electronic will find the opening. There's a trade. That's a Terrace who's been their rock on the A site. Dies, only getting 1.
See it from Tizian.
And Tizian shows its place as well. This is very dangerous. Smoke down on Moto. They'll swing on Pit. Ooh, nice shot from Tizian.
Agreed. And a second.
Oh, they don't even trade him.
Not bad for the bottom fragger.
2 on 2.
Comes in big in a crucial moment. Searson close to the bomb site. Boomich down low.
Oh, they throws a Molotov down, but they can't punish him crossing off the site. Now they've got mini pit control with a crossfire. Boomich turns this low HP setup into like a headshot angle, which is huge. Or sorry, he's in the back of the site.
Yeah, Keto. He's behind the hay bales. He's been able to inch his way closer, and Simple doubled from Little Pit into BiG. Keto to the high ground, hasn't spotted either yet. Now they've been seen, and Keto could get them both. He's got Simple locked in position, but time is the issue, and Keto, he gets no scope. Now a tap out from Searson, but there's simply no time. Na'Vi tie at 13 rounds each.
Oh my god, that's how it happens, and it's Keto to run out of ammo, jump it into the pit. Only to get no scope out of the sky. It looked like Simple had his 1 chance. Oh, that is tragic for Keto to come into the situation. Even like makes all this space to get into pit. Tizian tries to set them up best he can. He's not in a great situation, and the spacing isn't even good for Na'Vi. They don't trade him. 2 50-50s. He wins them both. And this extra chance for Simple is all they need. This is while winning.
Okay.
I think that's even his reaction after they win. He's still not happy about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean that was a nail biter.
Oh my god.
See Simple's reaction.
Chilling.
Yeah, he's like, wait, you guys didn't think I was gonna win this?
Wow.
Cool as ever.
Wow.
Oh, BiG. You could see the frustration mounting.
That was tough.
They took a beating on Dust 2. They gave us a very real showing on Inferno, and yet now they have lost that lead.
I don't know if he could have reloaded at another point or whatever, but it just feels like he didn't have the, just for some reason, just had such low ammo.
Yeah. Lost 6 of the last 7. Single op for Searson. And it's been a little while since we've seen the boys at B. Na'Vi keeping their eyes on it. Searson, just stay scoped, man. Hit this first shot, take down the numbers. That's the start.
Yeah.
And if Keto clears close, that's the start.
Okay.
5 versus 3 now. No weapons retrieved off of the play, but no opening really for Na'Vi elsewhere. This is your chance, BiG.
Yeah. The odds still, it's hard to say with these pistols. You know, it could still all fall apart. 3's enough to take it over the line. They get rid of the remaining guns. There's still some emphasis on Searson to continue to have impact here. I think you still can't leave it just to the pistols. Rotation over towards the A site, and you can see they're kind of split up like it's a rifle round. But they didn't pick up any extra guns, and they cannot be rotators and win this round. So again, eyes on Searson.
Oh, blinded. He hits that. And as he repositions, I feel like this is their best chance to push through. Keto, he's going to get one into the head of Bit. And Electronic prioritizes plant before smokes fade. He gets tagged up low, and they have done it. A single op for Searson, 2 kills on the round, and a double for Keto's Deagle.
Nice. It's great to see. Obviously, he's a super sharpshooter. He's in the right place at the right time.
That's huge.
Yeah, he needed something like this, I feel like, to have any idea what... If we watch Searson's POV solely, he's just been in the dark most of the time, you know? He hasn't actually been on the right side, or he's been behind a smoke, or he's been caught rotating. And it's got to be frustrating to be in that situation. But finally, you know, he's the beginning and end of the round as well.
And that's got to be the feels good.
14-13.
Making
Another
Navi
buy-up,
sweat.
of course, comes out. Boomich, I think, trying to sort out if he can buy this op and if Simple even wants it or not. And I think he does. So, yes, full strength buys from both sides, but BiG with a lead.
BiG haven't had a CT round win that convincing since the pistol, where Xanterra's dropped the 4K. Hell of a time for them to piece that one together so clean.
Keto waited for the flash retake on the top of Banana. Sees nothing. I think when they draw these rounds out, this is when BiG get a little bit scared, and those are the nades that I'm talking about. They get the information if they're close or not, they hear anything, then they launch these, you know, deep grenades, and they even flash retake it again. This is so important as well. You can't just do this one time, usually if because a team can just turn the corner right after the smoke, and there's still over a minute left on the clock, and it's a huge problem for you. But I like this. Very thorough from BiG. More classic to their style. And Navi are taking damage in the process. They're getting worn down a bit.
It's grueling and gritty.
Searson not moving much. Open lines on Arch. He likes this idea. Execute's coming.
Yes, sir.
Oh, they're coming through. This is a lot on Keto. He gets blind in the back of the site. They put pressure on Tabson. Tabson gets 1 kill. He's still alive in CT spawn, but this is 4 on the B site. They're going to go through the boost, but this is obviously kind of a risk, but they don't cover it.
A wonderful moment for Searson.
Yes, they're going to try to get this plant down. I don't know how panicky the CTs are going to be in this spot, but they sense an opportunity.
Fast flank up Banana. Bit's going to get himself into cover. He sees the barrel. That flash is huge from Simple. It's a 2v2 and Simple misses his shot, but it's Bit's chance to shine. Xanterras walks wide, and Bit goes big for Navi's 14th round win.
An X-Acto knife. This guy, laser sharp precision, super high HSP. The only man in terms of aim to rival, I feel like Xanterras, when it's rifle to rifle like that, cuts through him like a laser. Nasty stuff. As you mentioned, a great flash assist in the heat of the moment from Simple, but he left it to Bit to do all of the damage. Simple drops a shot, and he gets every trade. Nasty round from Bit. 14-14.
Fired up. They're pissed it took this long.
This was, you know, everything was good about the round from BiG, but Navi were just a bit more patient, got into the site, got him in that position where Keto's just alone in the back of the B, and they throw all their nades at him. And they threw 2 smokes to reclaim top Banana. Didn't see anybody on the flash repeaks. And this is where it's just really hard. You know, I have so much sympathy for BiG. This is just where it's really hard to figure out what more do you need to do, you know, to scare someone away from taking B. How can they get that damage in and do it safely?
Well, maybe the scoped weaponry will help. They whip out the double op for this one. Navi being given a chance towards mid.
Searson again, he's just, you know, hanging out here, loitering behind this arch play, waiting for that time to come, and maybe he will have an opportunity. This is the first time it hasn't been completely smoked when they're approaching it. Oh my god.
Nade out.
He's running out to smoke this, and Searson's like, finally, some action. I've been sitting here all half.
Let's go. 5v4 for Big. Boomich not going to respect the flash. He flies straight down into the pit. More grenades in the hands, but this time it's the CT side. Tizian drops bomb and jumps. Slick movement. Gets out of danger for just a moment. 2 players behind him, and Simple finds him. So now it's back into the even game, and Simple wastes no time sprinting into the deepest corner of the bomb site with Perfecto on box. That's the cover. Keto, the killer, is taken down, and Navi with 15.
The 1-2. That was nasty. And you love that movement from Tizian on the site to get on top of default fall behind it. But as soon as he looks at lane, they know there's no CTs coming from there, which opens up this post plant in their favor in the 2v2. The plant goes down the back of the site and they deal with everything else. And really sick of Simple, of course. You know, just the awareness from him to lock this down. But from this point on, it's all Navi.
I can't believe he ignores it. Tizian jumps over box, gets down, and never even thought that the 2 players would be backside.
Oh, I mean, I think he's just waiting for his teammates and then assuming, you know, one could come in late. He's probably just trying to just calculate what did they know, what didn't they know, and thought that he hadn't been spotted, so he had some time to think. But Simple, of course, looking for him.
Simple could smell him.
Yeah. What a crazy, crazy end to the game. Like, let's... and we'll see. There's still a chance to go to OT. The money's obviously not fantastic. And that was a pretty decent start with this Searson getting that opening off duel in Arch for free on Electronic, just trying to run and smoke CT spawn. Fast to take top banana control. Just letting them know, like, you guys do not have the nades to posture and stop us from coming up here early. Let's just skip that and pretend. And stop pretending.
See what Searson can do. One of the best scouters as well. Hits his shot, but bettered by the AK. Yeah. We've got Xanteres, who's been a huge impact for Big on this second map. Isolated inside A pit. And his teammates smoked off. He lands a great grenade to soften them, but can't actually finish any frag. A flash that helps Tizian, though. Maybe this turns the tide. Molly pushes Simple back. Check out the HP for 3 of the 4, and Keto, he hits the headshot. Do not write off Big. They've got hands on an AK. Bombs planted, and that's going to add pressure. Op in the hands of Keto. He's got 1 flash to try and prime the pop. A smoke perhaps to help, but no sir. It's Bit with a crucial kill, and Perfecto looks to hold the angle. Tabson, he hits him through the boxes. We've got Boomich up in Graveyard, and that is where they end this. Navi, it took 30. Far more than what was needed on Dust 2, but it's them through and through. The big heart from Boomich and the 2-0 from Navi.
They nail it. It was a lot more convincing on Dust 2. It was hard fought on Inferno. Again, a map that Big Clan really haven't touched in a long time. This is as close as it gets, and they damn near had it. A half coming, a strong half that led into a pistol 1, anti-eco conversions, and everything. But Navi fought their way back into it, and at least Big make them sweat.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they're coming off a series win, so they're still in the event.
Yeah, 100%, right?